Good morning, everyone. Today it is a little after 7 a.m. and I'm going to give you a early morning hydrangea tour, and I'm doing this super early just to avoid a lot of car traffic noise. You guys probably know, if you watch my videos regularly, that I am on a corner and everyone with their big loud trucks seems to love to drive by when I'm filming. So I thought I'd beat them and start off early in the morning. Anyway, so today I'm gonna give you a hydrangea tour. I think it's long overdue. I've been talking about them and showing them on my Instagram, and I have not showed any ton of updates on my hydrangeas, so I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a tour. So this here is the front bed, and I planted 4 endless summer hydrangea varieties here. This first one here is the endless summer original, and this plant is doing pretty good. I stuck him in the ground. When did I plant those? I think it was May, end of May. I planted these 4 here, and this one is doing really good. There's 3 that are doing good and 1 that is not doing as well. So let me show you the rest. So there's that first one I showed you. He's behind that hosta. And this area, as with all my areas, are going to change. Hostas will get moved around. This fern will probably get moved because it is just too tall for this front space. It needs to move somewhere towards the back, especially once the hydrangeas get going, but that'll be a few years, so it can stay there for now. So here is the second one. Now this one actually kind of flopped. I planted it and all the branches just kind of lay on top of the ground. I'm not sure what is happening there, but I mean, it's still, the leaves are green, the flowers are okay, so I'm guessing it is healthy and fine. Here is another of the endless summer original, and this plant is doing well also. No complaints here. He's kind of laying down as well, but he's still green. His flowers are still looking great, so no complaints. And over here is another endless summer bloomstruck. I'm in love with the original too, but this bloomstruck just, it is beautiful, and it's doing so well out here. So here is this front bed, and I planted these all on the same day. Bloomstruck, original, and then the original, another original down there. See? Okay. So now I'm going to take you guys to the side of the house where I have some less happy hydrangeas. So this is the side of the house that we don't do a ton over here. It's not a frequently used space. We see it, from like our office and things like that, but we hardly get out here to do a ton. I've planted some things over here, but yeah, this one is like the worst when I'm talking about spaces that have not been touched. This one has been touched the least. So I just want to show you guys. This is kind of my shame here. And don't mind the hose. I just leave them out because it makes it easier for me to water. Look at this. You can't even tell what's here because everything looks awful. So right here is an endless summer crush. Right here is an endless summer original. And I bought a lot of the originals on clearance. The Summer Crushes were not on clearance, but they look like they were on clearance now after being in my care. This one is a Summer Crush, the original. And then this is another Summer Crush. So what happened back here, I believe it was a watering issue. Just because I do not frequent this side very often, I pretty much forgot about this. I mean, I watered it, you know, at least twice a week, but I believe it needed more water than that. And while I was watering my other stuff on the other side of the house, this side kind of just got forgotten. So I'm kind of ashamed of it, just because it just looks so bad. They look terrible. They actually, you know, believe it or not, look better than they did when I first planted them. Just look at that. You can't even guess which ones were clearance plants and which ones were not, because they look so bad. Just shameful, 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 shameful. Alright, so I'm going to take you on the other side and we're going to look at some prettier things. Alright, let's go. So this little baby hydrangea, if you watched one of my previous videos, I talk about how I got a bunch of baby hydrangeas from Hertz Gardens. That was last year, and I overwintered them in my basement, and then I woke them up probably around February. I pulled them up out of the basement, started warming them up. But this right here is a proven winner Zinfandel. It came in a 4-inch pot, and it's doing okay. Something is definitely eating the leaves. I might end up spraying it with the neem spray, but we'll see. So let's go and check out the other ones. So here is a Limelight hydrangea by Proven Winners that I found at Home Depot. When was it? Like 2 weeks ago. And right now I'm just trying it out in this space to see what the sun is like here, to see if this plant will work. The paniculata hydrangeas like a lot more sun than the macrophylla, so I want to make sure that I put it in a space where it will get adequate sun throughout the day. It needs at least, so for full sun it's at least 6+ hours. So that's kind of what I'm testing out here. I'm not sure if this spot has 6+ hours. I just have to keep an eye on it to make sure though. And here is another little Zinfandel by Proven Winners. And this is part of the Hertz Garden haul that I got. I actually got, what was it? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 Zinfandel, 4-inch Zinfandel hydrangeas. And then I got 2 4-inch Firelight hydrangeas, and then 1 Pinky Winky hydrangea, and they are all from Hertz Gardens, and they're by Proven Winners. I got them this small, 1 because of the price, 2 because, you know, I can be pretty patient with my plants. I'm not in a huge hurry to have them big and blooming. While they're growing, I'm going to have all kind of stuff growing around them, and then once they get to, you know, those huge epic proportions, they should be able to hedge out this space. So until then, I'm going to be just planting around them and, you know, doing a lot of experimenting and fun stuff in this space. But my ultimate goal is to have that hydrangea hedge, because I love a beautiful flowering hedge. So right here is another Zinfandel, and I really love the way the I love like the paniculata hydrangeas a lot, just because of the shape of the flower. And I love that you don't have to add anything to the soil to get your flowers to change any sort of color. They kind of just are what they are. They start off white and then they fade to, you know, another color. So right here is Pinky Winky, and Pinky Winky is actually like killing it. Like, look at her. She's doing it. Like, look. She's huger than any of the other hydrangeas that I got from Hertz Gardens. And she actually is was one of the first ones to wake up when I brought them up from the basement, and she's just doing wonderful. Now, I don't expect her to bloom at all. I don't expect any of these little babies to bloom. Quite frankly, I feel like their stems would be too weak to even hold a, you know, big old panicle bloom. So anyway, let's move along. And then this one in the white pot, this is a firelight. I'm looking so forward to the firelights. They are just freaking gorgeous. Look at that. So I have firelight, Zinfandel right there, and then my other firelight is right here in this white pot. Now, the hydrangeas that I placed in the ground don't seem to be doing quite as well as the hydrangeas in pots. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a soil or watering issue. Definitely not the watering issue that's on the other side of the house that that I'm having, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I mean, this is their first year, so we'll see how this goes, and then, you know, make some changes along the way. Alright, so let's get to some other hydrangeas. And they are actually out this way. I'm gonna show you guys this bed that we recently completed. So excited. So here is a climbing hydrangea that I just got the other day on clearance. So excited to have a climbing hydrangea. I was considering them, but I didn't really know exactly where I was gonna put it. I definitely don't want it climbing my house. I know a lot of people, you know, have them climbing their homes, and I'm just kind of over plants that climb and vine and on like housing structures. I can't do it. At my old house, we had vines. I planted 2 English ivy vines, and after like 4 or 5 years, they ended up like coming through our basement. So that to me was just, that was it. They kind of take over. So just with caution, when you buy vines, make sure they're not invasive to your area, and make sure that like you don't stick them on your house, because they will find a way inside or find a way underneath your shingles or whatever, you know, siding you use for your house. Just be careful, be wary. Okay, so anyway, so this bed I planted, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydrangeas in this bed. So this hydrangea right here is a macrophylla, and there are all macrophyllas in this. I have, I'm trying to remember, are these from Southern Living? Might be from the Southern Living collection. Anyways, I got all of these hydrangeas on clearance from Walmart. Like crazy. I love to buy my plants on clearance, if you don't already know that. It is a cost-friendly approach to filling up your garden beds. There's another one. How gorgeous is that? And I think this one is an everlasting hydrangea. And I think that first one up here, up there, is an everlasting hydrangea. This one is going to be another of the original. And then this one, look at that delphinium. Crazy. This is a clearance plant. I'm just going to tell you guys. So this whole bed is clearance plants. All of it. The delphiniums were on clearance. The hydrangeas were on clearance. Everything was on clearance. I got a peony down there, clearance. Everything that's in this bed either was already here or on clearance. Clearance, clearance, clearance. I got these ornamental cabbages. Those were part of the 50-cent plant haul. Just everything that's in here. Clearance, 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 clearance. This is the clearance bed. The ferns were already here. The hostas were already here. Just craziness. This is the clearance bed. So anyways, back to hydrangeas. This bed of hydrangeas is doing so well. I'm so proud of it. Couldn't be more happy. I don't exactly know why this bed of hydrangeas is doing much better than the other side of the house. These were recently planted. I probably did this bed. I did this bed in June. I just don't know exactly the date. But yeah, these hydrangeas are doing much better. I mean, they're just killing it. And I'm so proud of them. I know next spring, they're going to be, doubled in size. How gorgeous. And this bed will change out too as these hydrangeas grow. Each year, the bed's going to just change. Anyway, these hydrangeas probably, given that they're in the right conditions, they will hedge out. They might not completely touch, but they will be big and flowery and beautiful. Can't wait. So over here are my florist hydrangeas, and I just did an update video on this that you can check out, but those are 2 more hydrangeas that I have. And then over here are my stick in the box hydrangeas. They're doing great. I did an update video on those as well. And then back here I have another Proven Winners Limelight hydrangea that I got on clearance, and I just planted this in the ground last night, so hopefully he'll be happy. I think he will be. I only had 1 bag of mulch, so I just spread it all over this for this plant basically. But I planted this hydrangea, and I planted some dwarf butterfly bushes from Proven Winners, and then I planted some Proven Winners grass back there. I can't remember the exact variety. And then I planted some, is that Monrovia butterfly bush back there. That was all last night. So I need to get more mulch so that I can mulch this area, but this bed is not finished. Got so much to do back here. It's crazy. So what was originally in this spot was a red tip Photonia, so I need to find a new spot for him. I'm not exactly sure where, because they do like full sun, so I have to find him a space, because I'm trying to use all my full sun spots for my paniculata hydrangeas. So anyways, let's take another look at this. This is the bed I showed you earlier with the hydrangeas that just aren't doing great. Let's just take another look. Learn from my mistakes. Water your plants. But I will say, one of the things that I did that in my mind made sense. So when I noticed that these plants were struggling, I cut the blooms off. It takes a lot of energy for a plant to bloom and maintain that bloom. When I saw, what was going on with the leaves, and that the leaves were dying and things like that, I cut those blooms off. That way this plant can focus on foliage and root growth. And that's what's most important right now, is getting them established. So one way to do that is regular watering, and hydrangeas don't need to be constantly fertilized through the season. It's spring, and then I think maybe the summer, late summer, early spring, late summer. But other than that, they're not like a weekly fertilized type of plant, at least not a water soluble fertilizer. You can use like the fertilizers that, you know, feed over time versus a quick feed, which a liquid feed is typically a quick feed for a plant. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that hydrangea tour and update. I know I'm gonna have more hydrangeas. It's just something that like I'm super into right now, so I will probably be getting more as I find them on clearance. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave comments. I love talking to you guys in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye. Wait, that's not the end of the video. Okay, I forgot about one more hydrangea. I have one more bloom struck. This guy I had a specific plan for, but the space is not great right now. So I wanted to put him on the other side of my stairs out front. However, the gutter above that area is clogged, and I don't see anywhere in the near future where we'll be able to pay someone to come and flush our gutters out for us. So I'm not going to plant him there just yet. I'm going to hold out. I might end up planting him somewhere in the back where I am right now. I'm just not sure. But I don't feel comfortable putting him in the space with that gutter, because when it rains, it floods that spot. Now I know hydrangeas do love water, but I don't want to like kill him his first year by overwatering, if that makes sense. So this is the last hydrangea that I'm showing you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.